Today, I will tell you an inspiring story about patience, resilience, longevity, and payoff. Just stick around. Let me walk you down the memory lane a little. The year is 1995. On a Tuesday evening, your family finishes dinner and you switch on the TV. At 8 o'clock, a serial called Shriman Shrimati starts. Shriman Shrimati was a comedy in which there were four notable actors: Jatin Kanakia, Reema Lagu, Archana Puran Singh, and Rakesh Bedi. Rakesh Bedi plays a effeminate man called Dilruba. Dilruba Jarnail Singh was his full name, but he's called Dilruba by everyone. But the neighbor's kid calls him Dilbura. So in that show, he's funny. He's really good, but he's kind of mocked by everyone. Okay. Now that looking at Rakesh Bedi and thinking of Dilbura uncle, the kid calls him Dilbura instead of Dilruba. So that is a core memory that I carried forward. I was like 12 or 13 years old at that time, and that is my first memory of Rakesh Bedi. Okay. Of course, Rakesh Bedi was very well known before that, and he had debuted way before, but I'm talking about my core experience. And then we kept seeing Rakesh Bedi in different roles, in different TV shows, on different channels and all that. I mean, we got busy, life got busy, but Rakesh Bedi kept acting. Over the next 3.5 decades, he remained lovable, he remained recognizable, and he kept working, he kept doing his job, and you still have that core memory of him as that, Dilruba uncle, or that, okay, yeah, this is Rakesh Bedi, I like him. He would bring a smile on your face. Now let us sidetrack a little. In Christopher Nolan's The Prestige, he says that every magic trick has three parts or three acts. The first one is called the pledge. The pledge is where you show the audience something ordinary. The second act is called the turn, where you take something ordinary and turn it into something extraordinary. But making something disappear is not enough. You have to bring it back. That is why every magic trick has a third part or a third act, which is called the prestige. The prestige is where people clap. The prestige is where people's minds are blown. The prestige is where you get the standing ovations. Rakesh Bedi's career has been set up like a magic trick, if I have to speak in Nolan terms. He appeared in the 70s, then he disappeared for a while, and then he came back in Dhurandhar 1 and 2. It took him 50 years of consistent work to come up with the performance of a lifetime. Across the two films, Dhurandhar 1 and 2, the role Jamil Jamali stands out to me as the best. Of course, there are other actors as well, but Rakesh Bedi's performance is simply one of the top 5 performances I have seen in Indian cinema. Jamil Jamali, the way in the end in the second film, oh man, you will not believe it is the same person who played Dilbura uncle. Oh, what a transformation. This is where, see, all of this is an exercise in, it's a lesson for all of us in patience. Kahan Shriman Shrimati, kahan Jamil Jamali. Longevity. 50 years you have to consistently keep working so that you find that right spot in the right film and you give out your best. Then there is the question of resilience. With so many actors, so many networks, so many different forms of, all junk TV shows coming in, Rakesh Bedi managed to stay relevant to the point where he got this role. That is an important lesson. Just keep doing what you're doing. And finally, the story of triumph. If there is a list of people who are happy for Rakesh Bedi, the actor, the Dilbura uncle from my childhood, for having made it this far, to made it to Dhurandhar 1 and 2, to having played Jamil Jamali in the finest way possible, that list starts with me. I am so happy, Rakesh Bedi uncle. Hats off, performance of a lifetime. Thank you.